Yo, family, welcome to the Kinetic PE Mix Show where we turn beats into heat, stories into fire. I'm your boy, Marcus Hart, vet turned DJ, bringing that raw energy straight to the soul. Today we got a special chat that I want you to make sure you hitting up the chat about this cat
Right.
in the house today. He's in the virtual house. We got Rellz, aka Rally, the 80s baby with a mic hotter than a summer block party. This dude's all about passion, collabs, and real talk. Check him out on his Insta at ReallyG87. We're going to be diving into his journey today, his sound, and how he's flipping the game. Buckle up because we're going to mix it up. Before we get into that, I want to make sure we shout out, our sponsors, today. Here's the juice about it. 80% of creators waste hours on content that flops. HubSpot clocked it. My publication services flip that. So I craft SEO charged articles that repurpose your pods, even slang press releases that land clients' case hits in a week. It's your vision, polish and popping without lifting a finger. Picture this: your blog's pulling 1K views, your book is buzzing, your music is buzzing, but hey, maybe you need to book some leads. All that while you chill. I have helped authors and hustlers like King J amplify their grind. 30% more reach, no sweat. If you want in, grab my package. I'm going to give you a special code that gets you like 50% off with Faith50 at marcus-hart.com/newsrooms-blogs. Okay, now back to the show.
Wow.
Had to get down. All right, G Wills. Let's rewind the tape. So take us back to the beginning, fam. I would like to hear that.
The beginning of my journey, it all
Yeah.
started one day. I think I mean let me give a little backstory. I got adopted, by my aunt back in '93. So fast forward, I think it was like a day in 2002. My mom, she wanted to give us a gift. So she actually one day handed me a Nas CD.
Yeah.
And I started listening to it. She handed me a Nostradamus CD. It was Coffee Brown and Nostradamus. So when I started listening to the CD, I said, okay, it was really dope because Nas is a great MC that's really good with the storytelling. So once I started listening to that, then one day I started listening to I heard a Tribe Called Quest's award tour. And I said, okay,
Mhm.
now I know I want to do this as well. So that's how my journey started, just listening to Q-Tip and Nas. And then I was like, you know what? They're from the same place I'm from as well. And I feel like I could do the same thing. And I just got influenced since that day. So I wrote my first song officially in 2004. And I did my first actually in studio record in 2005. So that's how my journey started.
Yeah, because you from the East Coast. Am I
From
correct? You know,
Yes,
uh, like
correct.
what part of the East Coast you is? And big shout outs to Nas and Q-Tip, man. And
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, so, like you got a taste of both, man. Both
yeah,
worlds over there, and there's spitters in both of those areas, man, and people doing some great things over there, over in
right.
DMV, and also we still got good people coming out of Queens that's from the '80s. You '80s baby like me.
Yes.
Born with the boom boxes, rude, and yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah.
Daddy's did the things in the early 2000s was a vibe too,
Yeah.
so like anything past that, it's hard to like wrap my head around. No, all I was gonna say was like, people doing their craft and like I respect it. And if you're making it work, you're making it work, so like everybody's flavor is not everybody's flavor, but
So yep, that's how I started. And ever since then, I said, you know what? I'm just hearing my favorite MCs do that. And I just felt like I could do the same thing. And that's how my journey got started. So I really credit like Q-Tip. And it's
yeah,
so crazy because Q-Tip actually produced a couple songs for Nas, which was kind of so dope. Like
yeah,
the One Love
yeah.
song, it all tied
Mhm.
in. I was like, okay, wow, that's really dope. And then from them two, I started listening to other people, and I started, getting influence from there. I started branching out. But those are the top two influences.
Yeah, man. When I listen to "Saying About Me" freestyle, the track that track you put out, man, like I can definitely hear the influences clearly, and then you got a couple slow jams on there, um, like I was just telling you before we got on, like um, Priority, I like Priority too. That's real dope. You got that was produced by DJ Payne. Shout out to
Yeah,
DJ.
I'm surprised
You
you like
know,
that record. That's what's up. I
Man, I
mean,
love it, bro. I love
yeah,
it.
'cause I
Me
got
and my
my
girl,
family.
man, we love it.
My family was giving me a hard time with that record, man. That's why the views are so low. I was supposed to do a video too, but I said I'm not going to listen. Next time,
Yeah.
I'm just going to just whatever my heart is saying. I'm just going to just put it out.
You'll be surprised though, you'll be surprised like once you start getting your music out further to people who
Mhm,
haven't like heard you yet, and
mhm,
then they hear that,
mhm.
it's like I rock with that. And when we think of cats like, Drake, and like you got other cats that like can like switch like that,
Yeah, right.
that's kind of like that's kind of like really like an untapped thing, that many people can do, so
Mhm.
like for you, man, when did you catch some grit that like shape your flow? Was it like cassette tapes growing up, the CDs? Which was it, man?
I'm sorry. Run that back. What was it again?
What was the grit that shaped your flow?
What was the grit that shaped my flow?
Yeah.
Good question. I'm trying. I don't know what grit means, so I'm trying to like. I'm trying to. You saying like. Uh,
Like this put it like this, man.
yeah.
So like when we going through life, especially when we first get that flow or that rhyme, usually like there's something happening in our lives that like that like makes us go to that as our lifeline. So was there like a particular period or like time where you say like I can always go back to music as my lifeline?
Yeah. I feel like the high school years. I started out as it was the high school years, and I started out as an artist of pain. If you listen to, I have a playlist on my channel. It's called Geology. And if you listen to some of the songs, you kind of like feel the pain. So I actually started out like that, artist of pain, and that's what
Yeah.
shaped my flow of being able to uh, put my story out in the music and to the people that can relate as well. There's a lot of people that's maybe got adopted or maybe in foster care and they can relate as well. So I started off as an artist of pain. So I feel like going through the high school years and just around that time kind of helped shape my flow. And then yeah, if you got it
Yeah,
clear,
so
yeah, honestly, if you got
yeah,
it clear.
yeah, yeah, got you. Sorry to keep cutting you off, brother. Like
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. This is cool.
it's probably one of the few interviews I'm pretty excited about in a long time, man. So I got to be honest with you.
No, that's what's up. This is my first time doing
Yeah,
it, so I'm excited too.
yeah,
Like, this what's up. So
yeah. So like, especially when like love the music, like love the music. Like you sold me as a fan, man. So
dope.
like now,
That's dope.
so now I got that fandom going on right now.
I'm
Feeling
doing
that
something right. Doing
professionalism.
something right. That's dope. And this is actually
Yeah.
influencing me as well because this is like my first
Huh?
time, and this is going to influence me to continue, doing what I do because now it could be a lot of people just like you, and that's what's going to drive me to do even more, put out more stuff, and connect more and grow. So this is dope, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Most def. So let's fast forward, man. Into like how you cook your sound today. Your tracks again, it got fire, it got raw, it's real. It's like spitting straight from the gut. So how do you describe your style to somebody who ain't heard you yet?
Good question. I think I would describe my style. People who are familiar with, like I said, with Q-Tip and Lupe. I don't try to sound like them, but I would describe my style more like close to related to their sound. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then from there, once they hear that, maybe they could come in and form their own opinion after hearing my music. But that's just to give them an idea. So I would like, I usually tell people like I'm in the Q-Tip Lupe lane and let them pick from there once they hear the music.
And wild thing is, man, like people will be able to, hear your passion when they first listen to you, and they'd be able to like really create this unique picture of like
Mhm.
all of these different styles you touch in that's like kind of wrapped all in one. And I think that's like the wildest part of, so like, so what's the wildest thing that passion has pushed you to do in the booth?
The wildest thing that pushed me.
Yeah.
Let me see. The wildest thing the wildest thing I've done in the studio, like in the booth.
Yeah.
I haven't really. I'm trying to think. I haven't really done anything wild. Me, the fact that people want to hear different flows and stuff. I'm trying to
Mhm.
think. What was the wildest? I haven't done it yet because I'm every. That's one thing I want to work on. Maybe doing something different. Maybe I could do a track with me screaming or something because something different, something. But I haven't really done anything too wild to give you an honest answer. But that's what I want to work on, the diversity, because people don't want to, you don't want to like bore your audience. You don't want to be just too predictable. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can't think of anything too wild at the moment.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
sorry
Yeah,
about
that
that.
makes sense. No, no, man, don't be sorry. When it comes to like your rhymes, brother, are you sketching your rhymes in the shower or what?
You know what's funny? I come up with them
Yeah.
at work, in the shop.
Mhm.
It hits me at random times, even eating sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I have like, the book right here on the table. So it comes to me
Okay.
a lot, really for real,
Yeah,
because I
right.
work. Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
funny. It comes to me, you know what I do? I be working sometimes. Sometimes when you work, right, when you get off work, you be kind of like tired, exhausted from what you're going through. So, and then a
Yeah.
lot of times I try to just be productive as much as possible, even while working. So what I'll do is I'll put some rhymes on the receipts, even while working. It's in my head, and then I put them on the receipts. And then when I get off work or maybe on lunch break, I might put them in a draft book. And then when I get home, I
Yeah.
read edits the stuff, So mostly working. Like while I'm working, they come to me
Mhm.
and eating, working, eating, but most of the time like working.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I eat.
Don't
What I
tell
eat.
me that you don't tell me that you're rapping out there to a pork chop or something, brother.
Yeah.
The beat. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
just
well,
can't think
that's one
about that
thing.
stuff.
Yeah, that's the one thing about being an artist, man. You still grinding, you know, um, until you get it,
Right,
so until you get
right,
it through your love.
right.
Yeah, man. So we can run through like a bunch of stories of like, just the blue collar jobs that like, I had and you had.
You
So
know what
when
I
we
realized? I was gonna say
Mhm.
real quick, like Trent, when you try to wait, like after work, you be tired. Like you know what I'm saying? You be
Yeah,
tired. You don't really be in the mood to really do music and stuff. So I was like, you know what? It's why I try to force it. And then
yeah,
when you force it, when I could just be working at the same time and then just let it come to me. So a few
mhm,
lines do come to me while working. I could be wrapping up meat or just whatever behind the cashier register, and then I'll just put it together when I digress from the work. You know. So that way it won't be
yeah.
time.
Yeah, every hour, every minute counts, no
Yeah,
matter what you're doing in life. And
right,
I think people like take their time for granted,
right.
and and we like allow for the excuses to come. We might not even be making the excuses, but like,
Mhm.
something might sit in front of us, and then we look at it like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna surrender in and tap out. But,
Right.
it takes a special mindset to get yourself out of that. And so when it comes to mindset, man, you do a lot of networking too. That's
Yeah.
how you hooked up with me. So tell us about a collab that you had. Like, man, we just made magic. So and by the way, any dream team ups or anybody on your radar?
Question. Yeah, yeah. Well, let me tell you, the Magic. This is an artist named. He calls himself James Japan. I met him as El Rich, my friend. Every time we used to go in the booth and stuff, like Go Harder was one of those records because it's actually when I heard the beat one day, he was like, "Yo, you want that?" And I was like, "Yeah." Some people might have a different opinion because he
Yeah.
made the beat, but he wasn't as excited as I was. So we like made magic like every time. You know what I mean? So that's to answer your first part. And dream collaborations, you already know. Q-Tip, I want to get a record with Q-Tip before he retired.
Yeah.
Q-Tip, I definitely want to work with J. Cole. I do want to work with Eminem because I listen to Eminem a lot. And if I can get like a record with Nas, Q-Tip, J. Cole, Eminem, my life is set, complete. But J. Cole
Yeah.
for sure, man. J. Cole. But yeah, those are dream collaborations.
Yeah, and J. Cole, he got Dreamville coming up too real soon.
Yeah, and I'm actually
Yeah.
performing that weekend in LA. I'm
Oh, you?
performing.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Okay.
yeah.
Oh, you won't be able to be over in North Carolina then. Yeah, I'm still trying to like, see if I can get my schedule to look right to get down there, man. Otherwise, I definitely will be able to like attend some of these other things. The big thing that coming up is the BET Awards,
Yeah,
weekend. That
yeah,
weekend is always a blast, man.
yeah.
So
I want to go there too. I think it's in June, correct?
yeah.
Because
Hmm.
BT, they got one in June and they got a show in October too. So one is the BT
Yeah.
Awards and one is the BT Hip Hop Awards. Is that
Hmm.
correct? Yeah. So
That's correct.
yeah, I want to be more involved in that scenery, that kind of type of thing. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing, trying to step it up as far as networking.
Yeah, that's he found, so let's talk about, where this hustle's taking you next. You out here grinding, man. What's the big dream? Stadiums, Grammys, or just real fans that's vibing at a band show?
You said what's the big dream?
Yeah.
uh just getting to that level where I can start performing at stadiums and just like you said, stadiums, Grammys, and just being once I connect with an audience that really, really connects with me, like my life is set. Like people that's just really passionate about what I do. I feel like my dream is that's what I've always wanted in my life is just to connect. You know what I'm saying? To those people
Yeah.
that understand where I'm coming from and stuff, and through the music. So yeah, like you mentioned, stadium. Once I get to stadiums and then the Grammys, and just having that fan base, that's my dream. That's the dream right there. I don't have to be like super super famous, but once I get that, I'm pretty like my heart's content. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Like that's, hey, man, that's real talk, man. A lot of times, like when we trying to hit it in the game, man, we usually like encounter these tough walls, and
Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of our audience members out there would like to know, how do you smash through these walls that sometimes like stand in the way?
What you have to do is you have to cut down distractions. And I say that in my rhymes too, the ones that's coming out. You have to cut down distractions. You have to remember your passion. You have to remember the reason why you're doing what you're doing. You cut down the distractions. You have to go over. It's like you have to go over. It's like a coach. Sometimes you got to approach the situation like a coach. You have to make
Yeah.
adjustments and stuff. So that's what I do now. Being that I'm older, is I realize that you got to be like a coach.
Are you tired of starting your day feeling unmotivated and foggy? I want to introduce you to a coffee that not only tastes amazing but also helps you start your day with purpose and clarity. This is a premium coffee blend that I personally created. It has a rich, smooth taste that will energize your mind and sharpen your focus so you can take on the day with confidence. But that's not all. This coffee is also ethically sourced, which means that we work directly with the farmers to ensure that they are paid fairly and that their communities are thriving. And here's the best part: a portion of the proceeds from every bag of coffee goes towards mental health initiatives and community development projects in Uganda and Rwanda. So when you drink this coffee, you're not just enjoying a delicious beverage, you're also making a difference in the world. And right now you can get a 12 ounces bag for just $26. That is less than $2 per cup. It's time to start your day the right way.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back to the show. Right when we was talking about the wall, man. Yep, I've been there, and I've been from dodging bombs and doubters, and the
Mhm.
industry is a beast, bro. And there's a lot of myths out there too about the industry. Is there one myth that you would like to bust for the young cats out there that's listening? Yeah, I agree, but like,
Yeah,
that's one big myth that like you was able to like, put out there. People think that you gotta do something strange to get
right.
ahead in life, and you
No,
gotta sit on the producer's couch and all this crazy
yeah,
and all this Illuminati stuff that we hear, man.
yeah,
Like,
uh,
there is real people in the industry just like you, man, that's working and
right.
just
Down to
minding their
earth,
business and keeping it
right.
moving. Since
One
I
of the
started this
people.
show. Yeah. Yeah, ever since I started the show, brother, I was, I've been introduced to more and more real people out there in the
Right.
industry. Before that, I was kind of lost in it. So, it's a blessing, man. And people think you need a gold chain to get a deal. It's just Wi-Fi and hustle is what you
Yeah,
need. I agree. I
so
agree. So how you keep it real, with people, man, with your fans, especially when you got clout chasers coming knocking. It seem to come when they, see you getting a little bit of rise, and they wanna ride that wave. Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
like, man, you done spit some real good wisdom here today. And so let's wrap this up with some shine on your moves. So, G Rails, the 80 soul with the 25 hustle, so like I love hearing how you turn scours into stars. Um,
yeah.
where people finding you at? Plug your stuff for us. Where they can find you at, and also like anything thing you got coming up that you might want to put out there. Well, y'all heard the man, follow G Rails at really, yeah. And YouTube is G Rails one. He's there, G Rails on Facebook. So the link's gonna be in the description. This dude is the real deal. I ain't capping at all about it. If this conversation has lit you up, smash that like button, drop a
Mhm.
G. Rails got bars in the comment section. And I'm praying over everyone, who's has got a chance to listen to this, tune in, and make sure you subscribe, share, and we want to keep this mixer alive. And remember, you can always catch my publication services, and we have that link in the description. Faith 80 or Faith 50, yeah, Faith 50, for the 50% off. So until next time, fam. Peace, many blessings, peace, and lots of love. Until next time.
Transform You Radio. You are now tuned in to Transform You Radio. You hear me? Check. I stand for what you stand for. I'm at your door like the landlord. I can see the future, yeah, I fast forward. I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me, I'm in rare form. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid. Small changes make impact. I ran for it, I stand for it, I'm not sitting back. You can leave the rat race or you can leave the trap. Come with me, let's rap. Take a trip and we back. And we'll be right back. Yeah, come with me, let's rap. Take a trip and we back. And we'll be right back. Yeah, I stand for what you stand for. Hey, I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid.
Follow me.